Sports and Hip Hop with DJ Mad Max. We have the one and only Charmaine coming from Toronto, Canada. Charmaine, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good. I'm good. Just living life, trying to be an adult.
I really enjoyed your Logic Lucky Charm freestyle because you had so much bars in that, and something that was so great about it is you telling your life story on one song right there.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that was definitely the goal with this one.
Yeah, I liked it. I enjoyed it. It's that true art form of storytelling in hip hop that not too many people do anymore because everyone's always on the trends in hip hop, but you found ways to bring back the essence in your music.
Oh, definitely. It's still a bop, but like a raw bop, if that
Yeah.
makes sense.
You already preparing for your second EP with this one?
Yes. Yeah. I'm really excited about the second EP because with Hood Avant-Garde, I was kind of just scratching the surface to show people like what I can do. But the records that are on Hood Avant-Garde 2 are just insane. And I can't wait. I can't wait for the world to hear it.
I know what else we can't wait for is that Missy Elliott feature. That's someone that you want to work with.
I'm still I keep manifesting it. I've been praying about it. I just keep saying it. One day I gotta get her on a record. One day.
It's gonna happen. What is your favorite Missy Elliott album? Is it Super Duper Fly? What is it for you?
I'll definitely have to say Super Duper Fly because like I think that was the first album of hers that I actually listened to that made me fall in love. Especially like the I can't stand the rain.
That's my favorite song by her too. The
yeah,
Rain.
yeah. I'd be bumping that a lot. I love that one.
What's it about Missy Elliott that you want to work with her? Because I know that you like her visuals and just how out of the box she is. Besides that, what is it that you admire most about her artistry?
I just really admire her work ethic. Like she knows what she wants, she knows what she needs to get done and what she needs to accomplish. And anybody who gets in the way of that can just like move to the side. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I was watching like the Timbaland documentary a while ago, and it was really interesting to hear how she would like kick him out of the studio while she works, and then like he can come back after she's done. Like, look, I just kind of want to pick her brain in terms of like her process, like for her the way that she kind of thinks about things, how she navigates as a Black woman, especially like in hip hop, and how it was for her as well.
Definitely one of the trendsetters of her time, and she really kind of changed the sound in her own way. Missy Elliott's one of those unique artists that you can't compare anyone to her.
No, actually, you can't. Like, you can try, but you can't.
That's the great thing. She's in her own lane.
Yeah.
I want to get
into. That's what I've been trying to do too. You know what I mean?
And you're definitely doing out there in Canada right now. There's billboards everywhere. What was it and where was it when you first saw yourself on a billboard in Toronto? Because that's huge.
Oh, it was Young and Dundas Square. The first one I saw was for the Black Alliance, like Black History Month project that we did with Warner. And then like the official one, like my own, was when I dropped Hood Avant-Garde, and they had the cover art just there on top of Eaton Center, and I was like, yo.
You had to feel like the queen of your city. You really had to, because I remember going into New York City when I was younger and seeing Fat Joe billboards all over the place, and he was like the king of New York at that time. So you had to feel like I'm really running stuff now and really on the come up right now.
You know what? I'm definitely I'm humble as hell. Like I honestly was just in awe that I even got on a billboard, that people were paying attention enough to put me on a billboard or feel like I deserve to be on one. I just like at that moment I just started to realize that I am becoming like the artist that I've always wanted to be, and I'm actually beginning to to set trends and make noise and show people what I can do, and it's being received. Yeah.
I want to get into your very early story. I heard about you being born in the capital of Zimbabwe, moving to the United States at a young age in Tennessee. How was your experience of being here for a short time before going to Canada?
Oh, I absolutely loved being down south. I think that was my favorite time in my childhood. And that was a time that I definitely would say stuck with me the most in terms of like the music I was listening to, the artists that I was watching, and you know, a lot of the things I absorbed at that time stuck with me now, and I kind of use it with my music as well. But it was amazing. I mean, it was fun.
Who are those artists that you discovered during your time in your childhood when you were in the States? Besides Missy Elliott.
Oh, none of these artists I was supposed to be listening to, because technically I was like, what, between the ages of like 9 and I'm like 12, maybe 8 and 12. I was listening to like Lil Jon and the East Side Boys, Crime Mob, Juvenile, P.D. Pablo, Field Mob, Sierra. Um, I also tapped into like E40, Bay Area, you know, and like what's shoot, hold on, wait it's on the tip of my tongue. Oh my gosh. Okay, you know what, if I remember his name, I will tell you. But this is one rapper, and I used to watch his video all the time, and I can't believe I don't remember his name. Anyways, but yeah, like a lot of like down south rappers, Snap Music, Crumpin, you know, like Fat Man Scoop, all those guys, you know, I used to definitely be in the living room crumping and 1-2 stepping and oh, DJ Unk, Walk It Out.
Okay.
Yes. That's what it was. Yeah. So yeah, those are some of the artists that I definitely had on repeat at that age, which I shouldn't have, to be honest.
Before everything turned for the worst, how was the transition to Canada from moving from the States?
It was very unexpected because I mean, my parents pretty much kidnapped us from school. You know what I mean? Like, they told us we're going to Disneyland one day, and then we woke up at the Canadian border, and it was just downhill from there. You know? But once we got settled in Toronto, I actually really loved it, and I still love it. Like, till this day, it feels more like home to me than anywhere I've ever been. The multiculturalness, just the different variety of different things that you can experience from everybody from everywhere. I just felt like it was home. It wasn't hard for me to adjust.
Mm-hmm. I heard about the story after your father got laid off, eventually becoming homeless, living in a hotel, cramped in a small room. And that's where you wrote your first song. So what was it? Because music was your life preserver. What was it that kept you going during this difficult time? Because a lot of people aren't able to be resilient and keep going when something like that happens, unfortunately.
For me, it was because of that. That's why I started doing my music seriously. So I kind of just the only thing that really kept me going on pushing for whatever I was working on, and what I've been working on today, was just the fact that I could possibly do something that would take my family out of a really bad situation and make life easier for my parents. And that was like my number one motivation for it. I was always like very extremely shy when it came to like singing in front of people or doing any of that. But I'm like, you know what? I can get over my fears if it means I'm going to be helping my family. So that's what kept me going.
What was the building blocks for you as an artist? What did you start to do first? I know you wrote your first song. From there, when did you go about getting your own team and even gaining that confidence to perform in front of an audience?
It took a minute, because when I first started writing my music at 17, I had found that talent showcase where my A&R discovered me downtown Toronto at the space called Lee's Palace. And I worked with them for a couple of years, but I just felt like, you know, I wasn't really ready for the music industry. I didn't feel like I was ready. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to take a break. And I took 4 years off. And then I started writing again in 2018. I quit my job at Sephora. And by this time I had my son. So it was like, it was a really big gamble and a big risk. But I decided to quit my job and get back into music. And by that time, I kind of had already started to discover my sound and what kind of artist I wanted to be. So I started writing like January 2018. By the time like April came, I was signing my deal with my label because I had reconnected with my A&R again. And from there, it took about 2 years before we even got to the point where Bold came out, because I even though I knew where my sound was going, I hadn't really nailed it yet. And we were really just exploring. So I met a whole bunch of different people. And then eventually I came across my team now, Lance, Runway the Catwalker, and Brahma. And I also worked with David Ariza. And it's been like, that's been my core team so far. And when we met, it just clicked. It just clicked. And I wasn't even rapping when I met them. I was singing. And then one day he's just like, yo, you want to try rapping? I'm like, sure. And then now we're here.
That's right, because when signing to Warner Music Canada, you were signing as a singer, but then eventually you felt more at home rapping.
Yeah. Yeah. It was actually really crazy because I mean, I've always wanted to be a rapper, but I was just like, let me just stay in my lane. You know what I mean? And but when my producer was like, well, just try it, I'm like, okay, I'll try anything once. You know what I mean? Like, I'm the type of artist, like, I'll try anything once. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, whatever. Nobody will ever hear it, you know? So we did it and it just felt so natural. It just felt more comfortable. I felt like I could let more of my personality out. And it was just more fun. So I definitely fell in love with rapping.
Mm-hmm. Have you thought about venturing back into singing as well, since you've proven that you can rap?
Oh, definitely. I'm definitely gonna be bringing out some R&B records, some singing records. You know what I mean? In due time.
In
I
due time.
definitely am just I'm testing the water so far with the rapping, and I'm liking it. So I might just run with it for a little bit longer. But I'm definitely planning on putting out some R&B music at some point.
Mhm. How did it feel to be selected only with one song and the only Canada artist for the, I believe it was the SoundCloud global campaign with just one song, which was
Yeah.
Bold? That's huge.
It was insane. Like I actually couldn't believe it because I'm like, I only have one song, you know, and there's like other artists out there that have more of a repertoire than I did, more, you know, like more of a catalog than I did, more of a fan base than I did. And it was just kind of like, wow, I I was just grateful that they saw that value in me, that they wanted to, you know, include me in their program and invest in me. So that's all I can say. I was just very grateful for it.
What was the reason you chose that title, Hood Avant-Garde?
Um, honestly, it was a collective idea between myself and my marketing manager at the time, Joel, and we kind of just wanted to redefine what it meant to be like a Renaissance woman, more of a modern day Renaissance woman. And when you look back in the day, it's like women weren't really at the forefront. It was the men that were at the forefront, and like the women catering and serving the men, you know. And I just wanted to switch the roles around, you know, and show them like we deserve to be catered to. We can run the world the same way, probably better. And you know, like it's our time now. Women are dominating the game right now, and it's just like, yeah, we're here to stay, and you will respect us because we are the centerpieces.
That's right.
Yeah.
Manifesto Festival. That was huge for you too.
Yeah. Oh, Manifesto. I actually I still can't believe that happened because again, it was my first live show ever. And it was also a bit of a shock to like just to look out in the crowd and to hear and see people singing my lyrics because um I had never stepped on a stage before. I keep forgetting that I was released during the pandemic. So people had a chance to listen to my stuff before they got to see me. So I shouldn't have been as surprised, but I was still surprised. And I couldn't have asked for my first performance to go any better than it did.
Mhm.
Like I was in tears as soon as I got off the stage. I was crying, but it was an amazing experience.
That's huge. What are some of your top venues that you would love to perform at next?
Hmm. I would definitely like to perform. I mean, is it Canadian or like
It could be global, it could be Canadian, anywhere. I feel like Summer Jam in New York would be great for you.
I would love to do Summer Jam. I
Yeah.
would love to do Rolling Loud. I would love to do Made in America.
Mhm.
I would love to perform here at like I still call it the Scotiabank Arena because that's how I know it. They changed the name and I don't like it. So that, and I would also like to perform at Coachella.
Coachella.
Yeah.
Those are realistic goals too.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
When did you start to believe in manifesting? Because it seems as though there's this trend going on with all these artists. It's been like 5 in a row of artists that I've interviewed. They've talked about manifesting their careers. When did you believe in it? Because not too many people, some people may just be like, yeah, sure. But there are a ton of artists such as yourself who believe in it.
Oh, I definitely believe in
Mhm.
manifestation. I feel like whatever you speak into the universe and into the world is what you're gonna get out of it.
Mhm.
It may sound crazy to some people, but I've realized when I started changing, my verbiage about myself and my desires for my career and where I wanted to be in life, I noticed that there was a shift in things. I think it's literally just comes down to being more positive about yourself and what you're doing, and to trust that you are on a good path. You are doing what you need to do to get to where you want to be at, and you just have to keep telling yourself that. And when you do, then it happens. You know what I mean? Like, it seems crazy, like, and the concept is crazy to some people, but it's actually it's pretty simple. It's pretty simple maths, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think for me, I just really started to submerge myself in that and understand that probably maybe like 3-4 years ago.
Wow. So that's not that long. It just recently started, but in your career, we've seen the great lengths that it's been since then too.
Yeah,
So it does
I'm
work.
definitely doing it, you know what I mean? So something's working.
100%. But we got to get into everything that you have coming up as well. Upcoming performances. Is there any scheduled?
I'm actually going to be performing at this hair expo in Toronto called the Pink Party,
Mm-hmm.
December 19th at the Oasis Convention Center. I'll be performing while my hairstylist is installing a wig on my head in a salon chair, so that should be interesting. And then I have some singles dropping at the top of next year. Hood Avant-Garde 2 is slated to drop next year as well. I'm going on tour. I'll be posting more dates soon, but so far it's the Great Escape in Brighton, UK that I'll be starting off at, and then yeah, just continuing to drop more fire, more amazing visuals, trying to surpass what I've done this year somehow, some way, and challenge myself and push myself more and show the world, some stuff that they haven't seen before. And yeah, that's pretty much my plan.
And it's only going to be big things from here. And if you could give any advice, or just speaking on your experience, why is the Toronto music scene the best place to pursue music if you're an artist?
I would just say that that's a very complex question, because it is, but it's not. And I'm not going to unpack that. That's too much to unpack. But the positive is, like, there are a ridiculously amount of talented people in the city. So your chances of meeting somebody dope to collaborate with, very, very high. Toronto's pretty supportive. When they want to be of their artists, and definitely the platforms do showcase a lot of Toronto artists. We just have a different type of swag than other cities, and I personally just love being from here, and I find that doing my music in Toronto and coming up from Toronto has just been really fun. It's been
Yeah.
really fun and interesting. You meet a lot of different people, and it's definitely an adventure.
we mentioned Missy Elliott already. I'm curious, who's the number one goal for you to work with for an artist in Toronto and in the United States?
Honestly, in Toronto, I really wanted to work with Havaya Mighty, which, checkmate,
Yeah.
got that one in the bag. So in the States, I would say I would love to do a song with Tierra Whack.
Mhm.
My top three are Tierra Whack, Rico Nasty, and hmm, Tierra Whack, Rico Nasty, and Flo Millie. Those are my top three right now.
Yeah, they're making noise out here in the States.
Yeah, I feel like our styles would definitely fit and like sound really dope together. So I would love to work with them.
Mm-hmm. Charmaine, is there anything else you would love to let the listeners know, your fans know who hear the interview, anything? And we know you have Hood Avant-Garde coming soon next year, as well as some performances you mentioned. Anything else you want to let your fans know?
Honestly, I just want them to tap in, keep tapping in, follow me on Instagram, on my socials. You can see everything I'm up to. I'm pretty active on there if you want to keep up with what's going on. So that would be _I am Charmaine. And other than that, I guess we just have to wait and see. I have a lot of surprises in my pocket, so you guys don't want to miss it.
Yes, make sure they stay tuned. I want to thank you for coming on the show here tonight. I really had a great time speaking with you. I love what you're doing, especially with the visuals, BBM. You could tell you put a lot of effort into your craft, and that's big because you're only going to go further as an artist who takes what they're doing seriously.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. This is dope.
Of course. Thank you. I appreciate it. Anytime you want to come on just for a few minutes to promote what you have going, you're always welcome.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
Yes. Enjoy the rest of your night and stay safe. I look forward to everything that you achieve in the future.
All right, you too.
Yeah.
Later.
Later.